this is more than the tale of two missing boys. It's a story of ambition, betrayal, and the dangerous fight for power within the English crown. Known as The Princes in the Tower, this mystery has puzzled historians and captivated imaginations for over 500 years.
In the summer of 1483, two young princes vanished into the shadowy depths of the Tower of London. Their disappearance remains one of history's greatest mysteries, a story tangled with ambition, betrayal, and whispers of murder. The elder, Edward V, was only 12 years old. His younger brother, Richard of Shrewsbury, was just 9. Both were the sons of Edward IV and heirs to the English throne. They should have represented the future of the Yorkist dynasty. Instead, they became ghosts. After Edward IV's sudden death in April 1483, his eldest son was declared king. But as was custom, the boy needed protection and guidance until he came of age.
The two young princes were taken to the Tower of London under the guise of protection. But soon, dark rumours began to spread. Not long after their arrival, the boys vanished without a trace, leaving the kingdom in shock. Suspicion quickly fell upon their uncle, Richard, who had seized the crown and declared himself Richard III. No one could prove what happened, but the timing of their disappearance was too convenient to ignore. Whispers of treachery and betrayal swirled through the court. This painted a grim picture of ambition and greed.
That responsibility fell to his uncle, Richard, Duke of Gloucester. At first, Richard seemed the loyal protector. He escorted young Edward to London and lodged him in the Tower, then not a sinister prison, but a royal residence. Soon, Richard had both brothers under his control within those ancient walls. What happened next has puzzled historians for centuries. By June, Richard declared that the boys were illegitimate, citing an earlier marriage contract of their father. Parliament agreed, and Richard crowned himself Richard III. The princes, once central figures, were quietly erased. Still, the children were alive. Chroniclers recorded sightings of them playing in the gardens of the tower, but then the accounts stopped. By late summer, the boys were no longer seen. A chilling silence settled over their fate. Did they die behind those stone walls? Some said Richard himself ordered their deaths, ensuring no rival claims to his throne. Others whispered that ambitious men acted without his knowledge, hoping to please their new king. Even more tantalizing theories suggest the boys survived. Rumors spread of secret escapes, of young princes spirited away under the cover of night, hidden by loyalists, waiting for the right moment to restore them. Yet no proof emerged. Instead, pretenders appeared years later, most famously Perkin Warbeck, who claimed to be Richard, the younger prince. His story captured the imagination of many, though his execution in 1499 ended that hope. The Tudor dynasty, beginning with Henry VII, had every reason to keep the mystery unsolved. If the boys were alive, their claim to the throne outweighed Henry's. Silence and uncertainty were useful weapons in securing power. Eyewitnesses remained scarce. Servants who might have known the truth vanished into obscurity. Chroniclers wrote in riddles, careful not to accuse the wrong person. Even Shakespeare, a century later, could only dramatize speculation. Centuries passed with no resolution. Then, in 1674, workmen at the tower discovered a wooden chest beneath a staircase. Inside lay 2 small skeletons. Many believed they were the lost princes, buried in secret. King Charles II ordered the bones interred in Westminster Abbey among the royal dead, yet no proof tied them to Edward and Richard. Modern science has never been allowed to test them fully. The mystery lingers in those unquiet remains. To this day, historians debate. Was Richard III a villain, the crookback murderer immortalized in plays, or was he a victim of propaganda, smeared by Tudor rulers who had everything to gain from his downfall? Supporters of Richard argue that he was a capable ruler, not a child killer. They point fingers at Henry VII, who also stood to benefit from the prince's deaths. After all, their disappearance cleared the path for his claim to the crown. Others suggest darker figures, perhaps the Duke of Buckingham, once loyal, then ambitious, perhaps seeking to seize power himself. In a court filled with intrigue, anyone could have ordered their silencing. Yet the image of two young boys, innocent, royal, and trapped in stone walls, haunts the story.
One can only examine the fragments of evidence left behind, a tapestry of conflicting accounts and enduring mysteries. The princes vanished without a trace, their fates woven into the shadowy corridors of political ambition and betrayal. Were they victims of a calculated scheme, or did they fall prey to opportunistic forces at work within the kingdom? And so, the question remains, suspended in the mists of history. Will the truth of the prince's fate ever emerge, or is it destined to remain an eternal enigma?
Their faces look out from portraits, their eyes wide with a mixture of hope and fear. They remain symbols of lost potential. The tower itself carries their ghostly memory. Visitors speak of a chill in certain chambers, of shadows where the brothers once walked. The stones, it is said, remember. Perhaps one day science will settle the question. Perhaps one day the bones in Westminster will reveal their secrets. Until then, the princes remain suspended between fact and legend. And so the mystery endures. Two boys who should have ruled England instead swallowed by silence. Their fate, hidden in shadows, asks a question history cannot answer. What really happened in the Tower of London in 1483?